Welcome back. I know it's been a month. I swear we're not procrastinating. We're sorry. Sometimes you end on a banger of a chapter and then immediately you see break for next week. Yeah. I'm audible to you. You're audible to me. They can hear me, but not you.
Let me... So usually what causes this is like USB changes on my... Wait, now I'm audible?
They say they can hear. Yeah, now.
I've made no changes.
Roll it.
I haven't done anything, y'all. What do you mean? Am I
Yeah. You got mixed up by the photons. Sorry.
Sure. Hi, everybody.
We got some leftover photons from GDQ. They just got blasted by him.
Well, I'm here now. Let me get back over to Battle Arc 5, which we're continuing today with more Nebula area.
Everybody can't wait to get trapped in the dark galaxy.
Yeah, I was saying, thinking about lasers for a couple minutes. You know how it is. So, but yeah, I said at the end of last stream I might do some stuff off stream for this. I didn't, because in between this stream and the last stream, like, multiple MMO expansions for games I play have come out. So, yeah.
Hey, there may be a particular one.
I mean, like, well, currently it's Dawn Trail, but before that it was Final Shape. And it's still Dawn Trail right now. I'm doing this in lieu, and so it's, you know how it be.
Yeah, like, I didn't even parse Final Shape. I felt like Final Shape was a while ago.
Yeah, Final Shape was all last month. I played, like, all of it in, like, a week and a half. So yeah, first thing we're gonna do, so we're here at S-Frags, which we have 122, and right now around the world there's you can go over to that little exit bit. That's cute. Around the world, all the viruses have been upgraded to V2s, and the V2s all have, like, new drops for us. So that's kind of the thing we're after right now. What that means first is that I need to put on this friend. So we're gonna take off my 500 HP. Alright, we have to adjust everything. Keep shuffling. Alright. And then how much HP can I fit into... Alright, hold on. Do we have super armor as a program? I think we only have that as part of body pack. And we can do body pack plus collect instead of buster pack. I don't think I have, yeah. Or I can put up first barrier. That actually, first barrier gives me a hit I can take for free. That's probably more important. Yeah. Okay.
I forgot how many huge HP ups we had.
I know, we look, I could just put in, like... Yeah, I want to say it's a boo for a trader. We have some world exploration to do, though. That's kind of what we're here to do right now, is check out, like, go find V2 viruses and kind of do a little bit of world travel just for a bit, and then come back to Nebula here when we're at 140. We could, I do have the option of, like, pulling down a bunch of these item cards that come with, like, different chips. But I'd like to do
I'd
some...
say for expedient, like, we can definitely just, like, troll around and see what we can find, but at the same time, it wouldn't hurt to have, like,
yeah, well,
a backup plan for expediency.
Yeah, I guess, just, you know, let's see what we have. I don't actually think all of these brings us to what we need is the thing. So, let's see what we have. So we've got Wind, Return Panel, Holy Panel, alright. Mr. Famous's Interns Tops. Let's load these up. Let's take these down.
That's definitely a guy that exists.
Wind, Panel Turn. Alright. What else? We've got 3 full energy. That's not... Ah! Tornado, Airspin, North Wind. This... And here we have our Battle Network 4 character bits. So...
Okay, yeah, that's Windman's operator.
Yep. Alright. So we'll pull these down, see what we're at, and then that'll give us, like, a better idea of where we need to be. Because this gives us, like, you know, bits too. Black Bomb, Asteroid.
Yeah, so you can just subtract from where we are from where we are now.
Yes, the Megaman knows where he is by knowing where he isn't. Ah, Sean's collection. Hey, Sean. Bug Bomb, Static Fix, and then the Bug Fix Star. That sounds like a pretty powerful one to have around. Boomer A, Lance, Anti-Wood. This is from Sal.
Sean's definitely one of those people where it's just like, yeah, but why aren't you in prison?
Because he's...
Why are you here? I know you're 11.
Yeah, that's basically it, because we can't...
That's basically it, but also it's just like... You did do, like, massive terrorism, my guy.
It's fine, he's our friend now. Yeah, we're gonna take a look at, Air Hockey S is in... Ship Comp Green, okay. But yeah, have we seen Sal in any game past 1? This is Woodman's operator.
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think we have.
Sal's in Blue Moon. Oh, okay, sure. Right.
Okay, so we haven't seen.
Yeah, in the other of 4, you're right. Because in my mind, I think of her and Miyu as, like, more main, like, characters, but I think part of that is seeing them, like just from playing 1 a bunch. That's a bunch of money. I'll take your cash. Thanks. Sure. Date. Alright. And then... I'm stealing your money. Gauss's hidden savings.
Please, he's a CEO. You're not stealing it. Shit.
Ooh. So, Tomiko, Metal Man, as you can see from the gear. Gives us another air hockey. Tsuneyoma's pocket change. Sure. All the money here can also be converted into new... Snake, color, pit, part, and variable sword. That's...
I'm Mr. Famous, and these are my favorite ships in the Citadel.
Alright, we already took... I can't do that. That's rude. I can't, like... This is walking into the person's house and stealing 7 gil from a pot. I'll take your 10k.
I mean, while I do have Final Fantasy VII on the brain, it is just like going into that kid's drawer.
Yeah.
And taking the 5 gil that he's saving up instead of just waiting for the turbo ether later.
In a number of Dragon Quest games, you can go into people's houses, break barrels and pots, and check their like drawers and stuff for things, and you'll find like mini medals and all sorts of like prizes, like seeds that boost stats, tiny medals. You'll also find like you'll go in a house, break a jar, and find $7 and just feel awful that you stole the $7 from this family. Or you'll open a drawer and find a pair of boxers and be like, why did I steal these boxers? Like, what am I doing? Okay, that's everything. So where does that put us? Okay, so we need 14 new chips.
Alright.
So let's start going on a little... We're gonna head back to, We're gonna leave the geothermal crater. Oh yeah, I could just jack out of the post-game area instead of having to walk like every other game where you can't leave. Okay. Let's go,
I forgot that we got here via chopper.
Yeah, we got there via chopper. We're at the top of Mount Fuji, remember?
Oh, Lord.
Alright, so, let's just kind of do a run around the internet here. Like, I have on the collect, program on my Navicust, so that we'll be getting chips. And this way we can get, like, V2 chips and, try to get some new code stuff. May have been an may have been an unopened skull door in Orient 2 if you want to wander that way. Sure, that's a direction. And yeah, we're not in danger music the whole time. Yeah.
That was kind of my biggest beef with Metroid Fusion, and a reason why I would try to avoid navigation rooms at the end of the game and just like go like get item collection shit in my own way, because as soon as you finish the like final cutscene before you go fight SAX, everything is replaced by the triumphant swell, and you don't get any of the stage music anymore.
Okay. Yeah, so here we're getting Mark Cannon 2. Let's take a look at our chips, by the way, so, like, seeing our new ones, but also, like, what the difference in damage is on this. 100 for Doomer EX. So our normal Doomer EX is 70 damage, so that's a pretty good upgrade. Oh, this is spend panels for damage, so this is, like, snake combo. Call snack from Hull.
Interesting.
You must call snack from Hull. Oh, look at that.
Nice to meet you, Hull. I'm Snack.
Air hockey, cannonball. We can't still. Okay, this is like the recurring bubble barrier. Ice seed, water seed, anti-wood. Yeah, bug fix. This is a, like, we can't set this as our default at the moment. I don't know. 62 might be above what we can get to, but... aesthetic. Bug Bomb. I like the image on Bug Bomb. It looks like you're just throwing like a dozen Bufras.
I love the anti-fire one because the ground is on fire.
What's anti-wood? Anti-wood is just lost in the woods. Like you.
All right, it like immediately post-teleport to the woods.
Yeah, this is what happens when you woods. Asteroid. Good. That's you need to leave. You can't. They have their hard hats on. They're working. It's safe. Tornado.
Safety first.
Panels, wind, and then here's our Toadman Dark Soul and our Toadman SP.
I love you, Toadman.
So these we have from each of the characters. We even have the ones from opposite sides. So we can build with some more. This gives us some more options on different codes. Some of these we can't really up the power of at the moment because like we need to be able to fight like for upping the power on these question mark ones, but the other version ones show up as secret under library. Yes, secret. So these are the opposite game. The opposite game ones.
The wildest thing to me is that we've put all of this, like, illegal shit in our folder and we're still not, like, at the threshold.
That's because we're using them for good.
Ah, yes, when we do it, it's good.
Yes. Hunt out some Navigos, that's also a good thing we could do.
You see, when I use a dark chip during fusion, it's good. Oh, fuck, I mistimed it.
Yeah. Damn it. Guard 2.
I do like how the DS chips are just like, okay, but like actually try to risk it, please.
Okay. No! Guard 2 Q? Are you sure about that code? Okay.
I mean, what? It's fine. You're not using it.
Yeah. Guard 2Q. Quard. Alright. There we go. Get some more of these cannons. We also have access to going to the like chip trader. That'll be a thing we can do as well for like getting new chips. Megaman Battle final some letters with Q.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. For whatever reason, the equator combo just doesn't work anymore.
Mr. Famous giving it his all.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not feeling Bug Frack the same way I'm feeling Vprisoner. Sorry, that's just how the dice rolls.
Get him. Whomp. Okay, more Mark GN2 and F. F has got to be like a...
Yeah, no, we are staunchly anti-fracking on this channel.
Okay, that gets us the power of football in F. Alright. So now we're not redoing this one.
No, wait, hold on. I got one more joke.
Okay.
Do you call them fracks or FRAQs?
Game fracks.
I had to look up a thing just to like make sure that I was putting in the right code in FF7 the other day, and the comment that gave me the answer was literally 12 years old, and I instantly
Ancient posts.
As I understand it, Battle Network 6 does talk about ancient posts.
True. Alright, what do we have for viruses in here? In the... here, we can get bombs. That'll be a good upgrade. Toadman, I need your assistance. Yeah, here we go. Parabomb. Cause yeah, that was a bomb that was stunning us.
Bomb that is new.
How much damage is Parabomb? 90. Yes, the Parabomb. Bomb 2, sequel to Bomb. Ooh, Cactus 2.
I'm really sad that we never got to the sequel to H2O joke. We've gone through 5 games, and I honestly discovered that I have not seen Land drink hydrogen peroxide.
At some point, he's gotta. Okay. Cactoball 2 in R code. Yeah, R.
Yeah, R is not nothing.
Yeah. Right now, we're doing some exploring, so I'm not gonna grab a full set of those yet, but... Bonk. Bone! More Parabomb, sure. What's Pirate Man EXE's favorite code? You'd expect it to be R, but his true love is the C.
That's a really nice save.
Have we had a pirate?
Everyone always expects the one joke, and like they just replace it.
Yeah,
I'm not going after other jokes.
Yeah. Yeah, like, is there a Pirate Man? What would be the closest to a Pirate Man?
I haven't seen it yet. We have Skull Man. We do have Aqua. It's Spout Man.
Yeah, there is a Pirate Man. Like, Pirate Man to me strikes me as like a Mega Man in base, maybe?
Oh shit, we do have a Shark Man.
Like, oh yeah, it is, okay. Like, Pirate Man just, like, I wasn't even thinking that was, like, actually part of Mega Man in base. I was just thinking, like, that seems right for the texture of a Mega Man in base, you know.
Well, the problem is that you start thinking about Mega Man in base, and you start thinking about the act of actually playing Mega Man in base, and then you say, ooh, that's no good.
Dragon Ball 2 in S as well. I remember having Mega Man in base for the Game Boy Advanced.
I'm sorry.
Look, it's 50% of a playable game.
Yeah, and you get 50% of a playable screen.
Look, that's just playing on the GBA. I'm like...
They still shouldn't have put it on there, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I understand. I played Zero games as well, and like... Oh.
At least the Zero games, their home was the GBA.
Oh god, they actually were, like, chopped off on the... That's hilarious.
Yes.
Oh, that's hilarious. I did not know that was, like, literal... Ooh.
If you've ever seen Mega Man on the Game Gear, exact same shit. Not that Rockman and Forte was any better, mind. Honestly, having seen the WonderSwan sequel in its entirety, I think I agree with Smite. It is substantially better than Rockman and Forte. As Mega Man.
Okay, hello.
Rockman and Forte's biggest problem is that it is only tested for... Well, like, it's only, like, shipped for, base. They didn't give a fuck about Mega Man.
Yeah, like I said, half a game. That's specifically what I meant when I said that.
Yeah, half a game. There are so many places in that game where it's just like, holy shit, you only got the chance to, ship it while tested as base. You made this exclusively for a man with double jumps.
Okay. If I just fire this now, this hits. Right.
Yeah, no, it would hit different if you played with the character that you're supposed to play as. Of course, therein lies the problem of there's a character you're supposed to play as, explicitly.
Right.
I know I will say often, like, you're supposed to play Zero as in X5, and if you don't play Zero in X5, you're fucking up, but no, if you're not playing bass in Rockman and Forte, you're fucking up so bad.
Shadow Man keeps trying to impersonate me. Anyway, I have the power of Nebula Gray in base. Crunch. That gets us Shadow Man ass, but it also gets us freeing up a higher Shadow Man to run around.
Oh yeah, no, Zero's awful in Mega Man X7, and a lot of that has to do with him having, like, fucking nothing for an air slash. It's so unreal.
Tragedy upon tragedies.
The only other game where his saber could potentially be worse is Mega Man X-Treme 2, where his saber reaches roughly a pixel. Have you seen the sprite work for his saber in that game? Because, like...
Yes.
Yeah, dude, he's just got no reach.
It's very silly. I've not, oh, here it is. Nebula ID. Let's see what our goodie is.
You never what now?
I've never played the Extreme games.
Oh, I have.
Like, I've watched all of Extreme 1, I think. More cactaballs.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
And, like, I've seen little bits of Extreme 2. They're odd
Extreme 2
games.
kind of sticks with... Yeah, they are. Extreme 2 just kind of sticks with me because I got that one for Christmas. So... That was extremely a Christmas game played in the
Ooh. S rank. Alright, so we want to head over to Scilab. That's where we're going to find, like, some new friends to...
Oh, Abyss Hunted, are you talking about the floodwaters that merely push you back, or the actual Insta-Death floodwaters that they don't tell you about until after they introduce those floodwaters?
Bone. Yeah, let's go to Scilab area. I think do I have a shortcut to Scilab? Let me check. Yeah, I have a shortcut to Scilab. Okay.
Yeah, Extreme 2 has a really funky way of unlocking items for purchase. The problem is that you can only unlock items based on how many, how much money you have. Which means that you just have to never buy items until you've unlocked everything.
What do you mean?
You know, it's just stuff like,
They get more expensive as you...
No, I mean, like, stuff unlocks in the shop based on how much money you have accumulated.
Oh. Huh. You need double the money required to even see the upgrade. Okay. Weird.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like on hand even. That's weird. The only Mega Man I ever got for Christmas was Mega Man 3 vs. Baller. True. So I had the only Mega Man, the Mega Man I had, like, growing up was 6. That was the one we had on the NES. So it was very funny because, like, 6 was my only introduction to Mega Man. So I'm like, oh right, Mr. X. He just runs the tournament. What a cool dude. Like, I don't know. Like,
but also, like, yeah, like, that's a good introduction because 6 is really good.
Yeah, it was a fun one. Like, I was never able to actually finish it as a kid. But then the next Mega Man game I had outside, I think I had Mega Man 1 for the Game Boy.
Okay.
And then the next Mega Man title I had was X6. That was the next Mega Man game I played. I played 6, then X6, and then, oh, I checked out. I don't have any untraps. That's fine, viruses are what we want anyway.
I'm 12, and what the hell is this?
Yeah, like, sure. This sure is, you know? And then after that, it was Battle Network 1, 2, and 3. As well as, like, Legend. I started playing side games. So it was like, I owned Legends and Legends 2. I owned Battle Network, and those were the ones that I like actually picked up and played because weird. I wasn't really interested in the X series. Could be anything. I do own a copy of X1 on the on my SNES nowadays, so like I played it, and I like I did place X1 like when I was still a kid. I rented it, but like that was...
The big thing about the X series is that X1 and X2 are unequivocally the good ones. Like, there's just no contest. X1, X2 are the undisputed good ones in the series. And then the rest of it is just like, you're desperately flailing trying to justify it. Being an X fan after X2 is an exercise in frustration. Mostly because the X series, I think, is the best example of Mega Man gameplay, because like it's all the really good codified movement and like weapon options. You got like your armors, you have wall jumps, you have dashes, and all that stuff. And it controls really well. The big problem with a lot of the X games past X2 is that the level design and the bosses just aren't up to snuff.
I feel like the world is covered in dark power. I feel like it's not even X2. I feel like you basically just have like the consensus on X1, and then everything past that. Like there's nothing past that has its own like, oh, these are what are the ones I like or dislike. There's so many like I know folks who love X4.
X4 is fine.
Or like really enjoy X8, which I can understand.
Hey, I do.
In on it.
X8 is 1/3 of a good game. I'll champion that 1/3. That's what I'll say. And you know that I love X5 in this house.
I do. But yeah, it makes it interesting also, like, because we're having, like, similar bits here as we're going through Battle Network. Like, Battle Network, like, God, it's funny to think of, like, the X series as, like, sort of a got it in one. Like
hold up, there's an X8 demake?
Demake, huh? What's that? Like a...
You're going to have to give me more information.
Interesting. X8 did something new where they had a new villain, it's true.
Not a high bar to clear, but yes.
Look,
I like the part where the bad man says Paradise Lost, and it's just like, oh!
And like the only time they actually nailed it coming out, like 1, 0, 1, Battle Network 1. Yeah, very true.
Okay, X1 style with X8 stages and bosses.
Interesting.
I'm going to have to take a look at that.
X4 had a new villain, Smile. I have no choice.
No choice. Oh, incidentally, another Mega Man Game Boy game got the remaster Game Boy Color treatment.
Yeah. Yeah, Dr. Regal having 4 and 5. Which one?
It was 2.
Hey, I think Regal works a lot better in this title.
2 was a total curveball for me because apparently when I watched Smite play it, they did a lot of like updates for it because like 2 is just kind of
Okay.
Because Mega Man 2 is the only one that was not made by Minakuchi Engineering, the folks who made like all of the Mega Man Game Boy games.
Not finished
yet.
And
so it was infamously made by like another third-party developer that Capcom signed on that just like didn't get it, and Inafune and his team just did not like working with them at all, and they were just like, hey, we need to get the folks from Minakuchi back, because like we had a lot of fun working with them, and they really enjoyed making Mega Man games.
Honestly, most Mega Man series that aren't classic or X are pretty good about rotating villains. Yeah, you have a lot, like, by nature of, like, obviously we have a recurring Wily bit here in Battle Network, but we have gone, like, World 3, Gospel, World 3, Regal, Regal Part 2, you know, Nebula, with, like, Wily showing up right here at the end. So we've had, like, and, like, we've had, like, a number of different things than just, it's Wily every time.
A lot of folks have gotten their turn in the chair.
Yeah. And with, yeah, all three of Star Force games, Zero series has, like, kind of two, like, well, it's really hard for me to, like, consider,
El Piso
as one. It's like,
El Piso's a fucking schmuck. He's just a guy.
So you have, like,
Dave from accounting. I killed X.
Right. Good job, dude.
Yeah, good job killing X. X got killed by Dave from accounting.
Can't believe Jeff did this. I'm sorry, Z? Z?
If you want to.
Alright. Not unusable, because we have, like, Zero Saber Moonblade.
Honestly, like, if Doomer's going to be in Gen Z, I think we need to set a better example. This shit's getting out of control.
Zero, ZX, Star Force series are absolute blank spots. I've never found a good LP playthrough of them. They're all, like, really strong games. The only one out of that entire section I'm not a fan of is, like, Star Force 2 probably would be the low point.
Oh, really? Not even 0-1? 0-1's pretty rough.
Rough, but not, like, like, a lot of it's excusable for being number one. Like,
yeah. They don't know what the hell they're doing.
Like,
they're trying to get their footing.
And it, like, to me, it still is, like, very... Yeah.
And in fairness, I
really
don't
good.
know anything about the Star Force series other than being Gao Gai Gar in space or whatever. But, like, I trust your judgment on whether or not the games are good.
Yeah. Tried playing 0-1 and bounced right off.
Yeah, no, that's 0-1. 0-1 made a lot of comedic missteps that, yeah, the collections actually gave you lives back because holy fuck, that was a bad idea.
Yeah, I like the collections a lot for those. The 0-1 through 4 collection on, God, was that DS or was that 3DS?
0-1 through 4 was GBA.
No, the collection.
Oh, yeah.
There was a specific, like, collection of them that isn't the PC one. It was 3DS? Okay. Like...
Okay.
But yeah, the ones I'm the biggest fan of on, like, the side games that don't get, like, a lot of, like, you know, memory is like, ZX. I think ZX and ZX...
I actually played ZX and ZX Advent. I've heard good things about them.
Yeah, ZX is a little, like... ZX's biggest problem... Oh, no, there's A. ZX's, like, biggest issue with itself is, like, having an overarching world and having a terrible map for it. Like, you don't go to stages...
Oh, they did the thing that 0-1 tried to do?
Like... The way it works in ZX is like... No, I want this and then this and then this. Okay. Like, ZX has like just a big like world you go like in different directions on to go to like the different stages.
Yeah.
But the map for like navigating them is dreadful. Like it like non-existent, like dreadful. It's just sort of not there.
Meanwhile, 01's like, y'all had a map? It sounds to me like they were trying to, like they were given another shot at that idea that they had for 01, where like you had everything interconnected in a large overarching world.
Yep. And then ZX Advent is like also is like Advent is my favorite of the two, though ZX is the one I think that has
I will say that Well, I guess you are allowed to run into a Megas. It's the end of the game.
Yeah, this is the point where they should be ambushing me. Am I good here?
Am I in trouble?
Is this?
Is this good? I will say that, like, my first, I will say that, like, my really only, experience with ZX Advent was, like, getting to the first Maverick and being like, well, that's fucking racist.
I'm trying to remember which one you're thinking of.
The Native American one is...
Sadly, that's been a...
Oh, Buckfire. Yeah. That's his name.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta... Yeah, ZX Advent... No, is ZX the one that has, It's surprisingly apt with Tomahawk. Yeah. But no, I was thinking, with, No, thanks. I ain't checking that. Oh, this is gonna miss. I just need to leave that. But no, there's a bonus boss in ZX where you get to fight against Omega, and it's super cool.
Oh, right, from 03.
Yes.
Here. I guess that can be a thing. It's like, you know, the whole point of ZX and ZX Advent is,
well,
Dr. Vile refuses to hold an L.
Yeah, it's a really fun fight, especially with the things you have access to. Luckily, I was, like, literally, like, this far back, so I didn't really care. Yeah. ZX1, let's have the Buster shot. Let's do Buster for 2 stages. Where are we at, by the way? 132. ZX Advent, ZX also gives you the ability to play as, like, effectively, not exactly, but play as all all the cool Guardians from Zero.
Yeah, they're all biometals.
Like, you know, love to fly around as Harpooia and such. And, yeah, and everybody's favorite, Phantom.
Yeah, that's right. Sage Harpooia fighting Fafnir, Fairy Leviathan, and fucking literally who Phantom.
Yeah. One of my favorite parts of that game is the biometals and how they play really fun.
Just wanted the Phantom X doesn't have a self-destruct.
Triple delete. Got him. Mark Cannon 2 in D. This whole essay in my head, the reason Mega Man lost footing in the public consciousness was because they let characters that weren't recognizable to the general public take Mega Man over for a decade.
I mean, that Gambit worked with Battle Network.
Yeah, I don't know that I directly believe that as a cause when it seems to be more of a, like, we literally just stopped making games. Like, I don't, like...
Yeah.
I'm not... I guess it's a problem of, like, who do you define as Mega Man, right? Like, are we talking Battle Network Mega Man? Like, are we talking... Especially, like... They didn't... The overlap between Battle Network and, like, Zero and ZX is they're coming out at the same time. And then, like, with Zero. And then ZX and, Star Force are the two that are overlapping on the DS, and at that time, we haven't had a classic Mega Man or Mega Man X or any of those types for near half a decade to a decade. I guess this is off the cuff thinking for me, but a lot of what I think of as like why Mega Man disappeared was the early 2000s, mid 2000s era, late 90s, early 2000s, huge distaste for 2D games. And Legends is the only series that made a jump into 3D. Like, if you look at reviews of Symphony of the Night at the time of, its release...
Hey, Navigator was not just, something that we laugh at for being, completely fucking wrong. It was the norm.
I can see what you're saying.
People really were that diseased about
I can
the
see,
push to 3D.
I can see what you're saying there, though. On a point of what Mega Man keeps in the public consciousness and what the games were besides that. And ZX and ZX Advent are definitely huge sidesteps. In that era where we're just kind of making those rather than anything that is a Mega Man game? I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't help that ZX and ZX Advent are just kind of
I feel really bad for X.
They were just folks cosplaying as Mega Man instead of just being Mega Man. And if I'm not mistaken, Star Force runs into a similar issue.
TBH, sometimes fans forget that Mega Man was never that popular compared to, you mean other,
yes.
You mean other, series, not, yeah,
The Mega Man franchise has a history of punching well above its weight financially, sales-wise.
In that it's not Mario, it's not, we're not talking about, a franchise that is running a console or something like that.
It is one of Capcom's most beloved properties. It is not one of Capcom's most, financially successful properties.
The Legacy Collection, sold...
Okay, this is the idea of, folks are expecting to see someone Mega Man-like on the cover of a box when they're trying to get their kids video games.
Yeah, I guess I, thinking about what Yeah, I'm kind of mulling that over. I don't know how much of how big of a factor I would think of that as. But
yeah,
again, it's almost, but it's also impossible for me to be able to ever detangle that from, playing these series, right? you know, I've been streaming Battle Network for the last, like, what, year on Sunday at this point? Like, we're, you know...
Yeah, the big thing is that, like, there is, like, there's a spectrum of identity that people end up, like, having when it comes to their Megamans. They just, like, bring a lot of themselves to the table with, how they experience Mega Man and what parts of the franchise that they enjoy. And those parts of the franchise are substantially very different.
Yeah. Another thing that comes to mind as far as that's not a way. I want to get to that center spot so I can go back to Orange. Actually, no, I want to go to End City. Let's go. Let's just walk there. One of the things I think of there is, like, a lot of, like... kind of thinking about, like, the multimedia identity of, like, Mega Man, and how a lot of that, like, is you know, we've talked about Mega Man Battle Network having a very sizable, like, what, 5 to 6 season anime, along with a lot of, like, you know, different physical tie-in bits that we've you know, mentioned.
That's one thing that I could put on the argue as a argue for, like, that point about Mega Man's identity kind of, like, fading away from the public consciousness, or at least becoming muddled and confused. Battle Network was big.
Yeah. And so I can definitely see that too, where it's like this, you know, side set of titles becomes our bigger. Yeah, 133 out of 140.
Yeah, if you were to ask me what is the most financially successful part of the franchise, I would say Battle Network. Just because of how huge Battle Network was when it was relevant.
Well, also, like, you know, I think Mega Man 11 is the highest selling Mega Man game these days. We've talked about how Mega Man Battle Network 4 was for a long time. 11 did sell well enough to break that. But, like, the Battle Network collection is also, like, pretty high up there.
Yeah, like, people definitely bought a lot of the collection.
One of the things that's awkward about it, as far as its sales numbers, is the like, pair of games. Like, because it's split in a weird way, so, like, it's hard to, like...
Yes.
Yeah, sorry.
I honestly think that...
Yeah, Mega Man 2, yeah. But I think 11 is... You know, I should pull this up, because I thought 11 broke... Mega Man series sales... I want to say 11...
In terms of raw sales, I definitely think that 11 beats out both of those. Though I would also factor in, like, how much total video games sell, how, like, total units sold these days is inflated, or, you know, like...
Yeah, well, like, you know, things
relevancy of total units sold in
the
time that they were made.
Right, like, there are more people who are out there, like, purchasing, you know, like, these numbers are huger because there's more people and more, like, platforms that people are able to play on. PC does a lot for that.
Yes.
Trying to find the dang... Okay, here we go. Sales numbers... Mega Man 2, okay. Yeah, 11 hadn't taken over 2. That's not above that from what I'm seeing, but
okay.
It's hard to get an estimate.
That's kind of my thought. Like, I wouldn't have been surprised if 11 overtook 2 in sales, but
yeah,
at the same time,
I might be like, and the thing is, it's hard. Like, there's a lot more multi-platform on that, so even the, like, quick numbers I'm looking at might have just been PC sales. Like,
yeah, just like how much of that is inflated by, like, multi-platforms.
God, how long ago was 11 at this point?
Few years, like 3, I want to say.
Okay.
2018. Oh.
That was what I was wondering, because I was thinking, like, I thought it was pre-COVID. While there are more players, there's also way more competition on... Yeah, that's also true. Like, you take a look at, like... This is something I was thinking of, a couple, like, month and a half back. There was a specific week where, like, within the indie sphere, there were, like, a half dozen new titles that were just, like... These, in a ton of different contexts, would have been, like just huge games, and they all released back to back to back to back to back against each other, and it's like the level and amount of competition in different games is so much. Yo!
Oh, anti-damage, what's up?
I love anti-damage. So anti-damage. Yeah,
it's really interesting, like, going back and forth on this stuff, because, like, the Mega Man franchise is the poster child for why game sales have nothing to do with the popularity or how much people love it.
So Mega Man 11 was 2018, and that effectively constitutes our last major, like...
God of War was out then.
That constitutes our last, like, new release. Obviously, this collection came out, recently.
I just wanted to give context for 2018.
Yeah.
Dad God of War was out then.
But I'm just gonna... I'm gonna go ahead and put out you may want to check this out, to the Make a Good Mega Man level collections.
Yeah,
if you want like,
there's 3 now.
Yeah, if you want, like, where a ton of fun Mega Man still exists in the classic sense, those are the place to be, because there's Mega Man, Make a Good Mega Man level, no number, 2, 3, 0. Oh, there's a 5th one? Okay, I knew about 0. I didn't know about 48 hours. Damn.
This is becoming like a 2 Chainz joke situation.
But, like, Mega
5 Chainz has got no time for this.
Make a Good Mega Man level 3 came out recently, last month. And if you want to check out, like, get a look at it, there's a couple good streams to check out. Xandra or Andy AML would be the two that come to mind immediately. There's something I keep thinking about doing something with, but, like, they're so huge, it's like, oh god, what would I even be doing? Level big. Because, yeah, Mega Man level 3 has, like, literal hundreds of levels, but it's also incredible. It's such an incredible achievement of a game.
You can play as Tron.
You can play. You have different skins, and everyone, like, changes their reaction to you based on that. Or, like, there's just also just, like, you get to play with all these different weapons and different levels made by different folks, and, you know, there are fun levels, there are long levels, there are kind of bad levels. There's a ton of different, like, things to do in them. It's something I want to find a way to do a stream with at some point. I just don't know exactly how I'd pull that off.
Another thing about, like, my point about game sales not equating to actual love for a particular IP, the fact that Mega Man has so much fan content under its belt.
I was gonna say, like, that the size of those games reminds me of, like, null signal running off with Netrunner sort of stuff, where it's just like, yeah, whatever, we're just, like, we're taking over if you're not touching this anymore. Okay, I need to knock out this bat, but I need to knock out this bat without touching...
Or like the original City of Hero devs just giving the keys to the kingdom to the fan base and just being like, hey, go nuts, we're not going to make any money off of this.
How am I...
You could, in theory, make a Hefty skin for make a good Mega Man.
You could. Damn it! Come on! Okay. I think we got a bet on Meteor.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Megaman is a franchise that has like an extremely devoted fan base, and also Capcom acknowledges that and basically lets them do what they want within reason.
Okay. All right. Here we're gonna go with the bomb this time. Okay. No! Help!
Yeah, that's why I said within reason.
Well, yeah, you do get slammed.
Don't make money off of that shit.
I mean,
yeah,
that's a yeah, but that like literally is like I know like wow, big corporation, but like you literally they made the thing. You can't go and sell it. It's the reason that like it's the reason that the Switch emulator got hit with a gigantic hammer was because they were trying to make money off of it. That's the part where all of a sudden, like, people have to, like, come on, like, I get it, but also, like, we live in a society, too.
Here's the other thing. It is a line that we don't cross as fans of given community. Because, like, the understanding is just, like, we have a leg to stand on if we're not fucking making money off of directly the product.
It sucks. But also, like, oh, thank God we got there. Oh my God. I got my $2,500 for that minute-and-a-half long fight. Worth it.
As nice as it is to just simply, like, make corporations the enemy in every conceivable context imaginable, and as much as I agree with that sentiment, we do have to stay on the moral high ground in order to survive out here.
The bat's back, and so is the green.
We can't give them ammo.
But yeah, it's why a lot of like Pokemon fan games live out there too. Meteor buddy, I need you to come on! Come on, Meteor dude! Meteor, come on! Okay. Alright, we're back.
It's the other reason why dealing with Nintendo properties is a lot dicier than it needs to be, not just because Nintendo just takes a kneecap to somebody's... takes a bat to someone's kneecaps at random, but also, like... because everything's so muddled, everybody's just like, well, I'm gonna do fucking whatever. Like, they're just, like... It's like...
Yeah.
Man. I do wish that...
Good, more asteroids.
Ah, more asteroids. I do wish that Nintendo would just, like, lay down, like, what they expect a little bit more clearer than they have been. So we can just immediately look at that and be like, okay, well, we will make a decision as a community about where we stand on that. Instead of just being like, well, here comes Nintendo with a sledgehammer because somebody sneezed in the general direction of Pokemon.
Speaking of, Emerald Rogue had a gigantic update.
I didn't even know that Emerald had a rogue.
Oh my God, Emerald Rogue was the, that was the one I did I did a really big stream of. I did a like 9-hour run of that one.
Like, what is the difference between Emerald Rogue and like actual Rogue?
So Emerald Rogue is like you have like you start with like this town area that you build up over runs. Like you get to like add things to it that give you more options during your run. You go in. It's hard for me to describe it against Poker Rogue because I've never played Poker Rogue.
Oh, Poker Rogue is just battles.
Okay, so Emerald Rogue isn't. Emerald Rogue is like you choose. You have like a almost like a Slay the Spire-esque map where you choose nodes based on their name, and that puts you on a route. A battles level you up to whatever the level cap are, and okay, you're going against gym leader 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then the Elite Four members, and then the champion at the end of each of these like stages that you do like 3 to 4 like areas in.
So there's a specific degree of immersion that
you're going.
Emerald Rogue tries to do. Yeah,
you're going on routes, and you are like making choices to like I'm gonna go to this like Poke stop, like to this stop here so that I can buy TMs for my team. I'm gonna go here to onto this route to try to find like rock type Pokemon that might benefit me to have.
Yeah, so like what Poker Rogue does is it is just like bare bones. You get into fights. Sometimes you fight trainers. A lot of times you fight wild Pokemon. Every 10 floors you get an automatic rest. And after every battle you get to pick an item at random, or you can spend money to re-roll them. And then also like you have a gacha system in the back where you continuously get egg vouchers for doing stuff in the game, and then you can just like throw them in the egg gachas to like, and there are multiple gacha machines for like, oh, here's a legendary up, here's this.
Okay,
here's
so
what rate up is for this legendary today.
So it's all like battles basically though, whereas Emerald Rogue is like you're still like picking paths, but you're going on a path, and there's like grass and trainers, and you find items on the ground, and then you get to like the gym, and then you fight the gym leader. And like
also people are saying that like they don't do weird balancing bullshit like
Emerald Rogue is still Emerald, like, whereas Poker Rogue isn't like based off of a video game. Right, like
Poker Rogue is like every gen.
Yeah, but so is Emerald Rogue. Emerald Rogue 2 added Emerald Rogue was Gen 1 through 8 and added Gen 9. Though when you start Emerald Rogue, it's just Gen 1 through 3, and you add on the different generations as you choose.
I will ask, does Emerald Rogue have fusion in it?
No, it's just because it's just
I was just asking because Poker Rogue also has DNA splicers.
That's funny.
It's also why Whimsicott's so busted in that context, because oops, you have a fairy type with Prankster.
No need to
slap on any steel type.
Okay, that's a change in the most recent that you don't have to unlock all the different gens. You can just choose which ones you have active. That's nice.
Yes.
Okay, we're at 136. We only need 4 more. I wonder if there's a post-game chip trader.
Yeah, Rogue has a weird balancing thing because, it's every gen, but also bosses have health gating. There are certain like thresholds on their bars, and if you don't hit them hard enough, then you just stop. You just like your damage comes to a stop at like a bar, a chunk of that health. But if you hit them hard enough, you can bypass that.
Okay, yeah, like Emerald Rogue is still playing at like 100 max. It's still playing like at like it's playing on Emerald, but it has like modern, physical special split, things like that.
Yeah, no, Poco Rogue goes full Disgaea levels.
Okay. It's just
it gets to a point in endless mode where it's just kind of like a Balatro situation where you are dealing with scientific notation levels of numbers and damage scaling, so the only way you can possibly like continue to go on after a point is just like have Pokemon that are just like specifically built for weird counter tech shit, like a Blissey with, I don't know, something. I just know that I see a lot of Blissies with specific natures and passives on there.
Okay. Yeah, like
anything that does percentage type damage that can bypass defenses.
Because yeah, like when I played through Emerald Rogue, it was still like you're still playing on like normal strats. You're not playing on like an endless mode. Even when we were like we had made it to the final battle, like it was still like yeah, this was like, you know, Steven with a Mewtwo or whatever the hell, but like it was still
Steven with a Mewtwo is still just fun in a really stupid, cheeky way.
Okay, this is Orion area.
Yeah, you need Metal Burst. They do the damage for you. Nightshade and Seismic Toss, they can't reduce that. Or Leech Seed, or Salt Cure, or Curse Nightmare.
Okay.
5 damage. Yeah, 5% damage.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just like any Pokemon with a combination of that shit. Again, like, I just see a lot of Blissies, but also, like, yeah, Leech Seed would definitely be a strong play.
I really love I only played through Pokorogue a bit. Like the first run I did went all the way to the end, and it was perfect and beautiful. And like the game itself lets you kind of tune in whatever generation. Like, if you want to just do black and white, you know, great. You can just do black and white, you know, things like that. Or like whoever you want to, you know, you have all these different Pokemon you can choose as your starter, or new neat parts of Emerald Rogue. If you enable, gym leaders can now have 3 type teams. Okay, so they're not like fully like, you know, if you're doing like Gen 5 on Poison or something like that, like there's only so many options.
Yeah, you can set it to multi gym teams if you want.
So yeah, yeah, you can enable your own hells whenever you feel like, because you can tune things on Emerald Rogue. Oh, I should check Mr. Famous. You're right.
I honestly think that like balancing does get weird no matter what, because again, you are juggling 9 gens, to be fair. 9 gens that weren't technically supposed to interact with each other, and even like by Gen 8, Pokemon made it clear that some Pokemon just like aren't going to make the cut in these types because there's too fucking many of them and too fucking many parameters to deal with. To that end,
9 gens.
the best starter in Pokorogue by a country fucking mile is Fuecoco. Because Fuecoco has Blaze and also evolves into the Ghost Fire Pokemon, like the Ghost Fire Gator Pokemon that has Torch Song.
No Meowscarada loving in here. Sad.
Meowscarada is grass, dude.
Yeah, but Meowscarada learns the fun auto crit move.
I know. There's so many good grass Pokemon. Unfortunately, they are grass type. That is their downfall. Yeah, anyone that has like a pickup is automatically really fucking good, because in Pokorogue you can stack items that you've held. There is still a cap, but it's not 1. you can just grab multiple copies of a berry and then just trade them all from your pickup artist to a Pokemon of your choice.
Now let's football.
So you just end up having, like, your two big sweepers just having, like, a literal shit zillion berries in various sizes, and also just, like, 5 million choice scarfs or whatever.
Football 2, sequel to football.
Football. Yeah, you can have 5 copies of a berry on one mon, and also have the berry pouch you can eventually never use up your berries.
XFL.exe.
As it turns out, in the context of a roguelike where you're just, like, constantly fighting battles and you do get to keep your stat mods, unless, like, the region changes or you fight a trainer.
Everything's fine.
Yeah, you fucked up.
It's fine. Everything's fine. There's not problems going on here.
Anyway, as it turns out, Torch Song is hyper fucking busted in that context. Since it's, you know, flamethrower, but it raises your special attack by 1 stage.
Ah.
And it's on a fire sweeper. Uh-oh. Also, Fire Ghost is a pretty damn good typing, and it learns Shadow Ball. Uh-oh.
Goodbye. Chaos Sword ×2. Touchdown!
Touchdown, Red Devils.
Good man. All right.
Also, Obstructagoon. Yeah, like, I'll be honest, Zigzagoon is a mainstay of my Poké Rogue parties just because, like, Zigzagoon is easy, it's cheap to deploy, it has pickup.
Now
I don't need to have it actually in battle at any point ever. It'll just grab berries and miscellaneous knickknacks and just hold them for me, and then when I'm ready, they can...
In Poké Rogue, if a Pokemon gets knocked out, are they, like, gone?
No.
Okay.
There's no permanent death. Granted, it is expensive to revive them.
Okay.
So the idea is that you always have, like, a, you have three items you can pick from that are randomly selected from a pool, and then you have a shop above that, which always carries, like, progressively
more
stronger selections of your basic items, your potions and your ethers and whatnot.
Okay.
Eventually, once you get far enough, it has Sacred Ash in it, so, you know.
We're gonna go to the boat. The boat should have some viruses we haven't run into, and because we just, at this point, we just need some, like, you know, some viruses we haven't seen under the new V2s. And honestly, the Undernet probably has the rest of those, honestly, if we, like, start walking that way. But
for what it's worth, I am interested in Emerald Rogue just because, like, Poké Rogue kind of, like, runs out of steam pretty quickly once you have, you know, solved it.
Yeah, well, Emerald Rogue has so many, like, knobs and whistles for you to, like, do completely different runs, and, like, the upgrading your base and the, like, different combinations, because you're team building on the fly a lot more, because, like, a Pokemon that gets knocked out is out, and you might be able to revive them later in the run. Like, you might be able to go to, like, find a Poké Center tile to revive a Pokemon, but for the most part, like, you're kind of shifting and building your team as you go.
Okay, so pseudo Nuzlocke, but you're not fucked if you lose your best person.
Yeah, like, you know, especially because, like, everyone's on, like, you know, similar levels. Like, losing a losing a Pokemon, you're gonna find different. Yeah, or Dark Ritual, indeed. There,
They do try to, like, balance it a little bit in Poke Rogue, where, like, when you catch a Pokemon, it automatically becomes available for selection in the start of your next run. Granted, it's only available in its, like, lowest evolved state normally, unless, you know, gens specify that it's allowed. Like, for example, like, if you catch a Clefairy, then Clefairy becomes available in Gen 1, in the Gen 1 section, and also Cleffa becomes available in the Gen 2 or 3 section, I think?
okay.
Because you technically got the post-evo of Cleffa.
Here's
So,
yeah, now, you know, talking about enemies I want to find.
it's the boys.
Bonk. There we go. Boy Bomb 2. That's a win for Boy Bombs.
That's a win for boy bombs everywhere.
Yep, that's a new one. Yeah, I like, especially like from the stuff I've seen for Poke Rogue V2, like win for double. Indeed. I mean, there's an upcoming new double animated bit, so more big wins for double. Oh, I don't know if I have Drill 2. But yeah, Poke Rogue having just such a giant update, and also, like, if you haven't checked it out, like, would recommend. It just had a new update come out this week. So,
Okay.
like, love the boy.
Well, I do have a Steam Deck now, so I should be able to, like, get it working on
Yeah.
the go in some capacity.
Yeah.
Like, part of the reason why I have a Steam Deck now is because, like, I just wanted to have, like, a really, like, good Switch for adults that I can use at work when I have downtime, which is, like, 90% of the time.
Makes sense. Played on Steam Deck rules. Yeah.
Alright, awesome. I fucking love my Steam Deck, by the way.
It's really rad how, like, good that piece of hardware is.
Yeah, when Ty's the one who said Switch for adults, and, like, yeah, he's right.
Best part of Emerald Rogue is it's fine you meeting it at, like, whatever level competitively. Yeah, because, again, it's very, like, you have a lot of knobs to be able to turn on it if you want it to be, like, a hugely difficult thing, or a thing that's just like, I want to be able to play with, you know, Gen 4 Pokemon. Like, that's just what I'm
It is
after,
something
dude.
that you, like, refine right out of the starting
Yeah.
gate, instead of just being like, well, the numbers aren't real anymore, have fun.
Right, you're not at level 500, and it's a different style of Rogue. That, like, in the sense that I you know, having not played Poke Rogue, I'm you know, having seen a lot of it, I have, like, an chip count is -2. We're at 138. I think I'm gonna head to the
Just need
Undernet.
2 more. The big thing that really interests me about it is that Poke Rogue's biggest problem is that there's a meta. And the reason there is a meta is because, like, again, you don't get to refine refine how you want your run to be structured.
Yeah, like, you know, you're building your
Because
base
it's
at
just
home.
so
and,
open-ended.
Right, because you get to build your base and upgrade, like, kind of like the things you want for. I don't think I've been in this computer since we were in this, like, at the literal beginning of the game, so I don't know what viruses exist in here. Okay, Fire Punchy.
Fire Punchy could be new.
I'll be right
But yeah,
back.
I
by
would
the way,
definitely
so-
be interested in, like, a Pokemon roguelike that basically allows you to just, like, make your own fun and not have to worry about running out of gas, because everything's just too open-ended, and there's really only... It is one of those situations where being open-ended just ends up funneling you in a way.
Alright, I'm back. So, if I remember right, there's a short way to get to the Undernet from the final dungeon? Let me head back there. I think there was a board there, and that's how we were accessing the net.
Yeah, that is the biggest problem in Poké Rogue, because you're not able to structure your runs the way you want. That means there's always going to be the same set of issues that will be overcome by the same types of Pokemon. That's why I say that Fuecoco and a Zigzagoon and, like, slapping, like, combining Whimsicott with a Steel type is the way to go. Also, Sword Dog. Zacian is so fucking busted within the context of, like, normal numbers type Pokemon. It's fucking unreal.
Slay the Spire, but time cops are always at the end. Yeah, like...
Do you know what egg moves they gave Zacian, by the way?
No.
Okay, they gave him... Okay, so, like, Zacian is Sword Dog from Gen 8.
Yep, that card was very powerful.
Yes. Okay, so Fairy Steel, that's already a hyper-busted typing. So the moves that they gave Zacian are Sacred Sword, Bitter Blade.
Oh, I found some new friends.
Zacian should not have egg moves. Too bad.
It's a legendary, like...
Let me double check, actually, just to make sure.
Those are some wild moves.
Yeah, so Sacred Sword, Bitter Blade. I'm trying to remember the third move because I want the last move to be a bit of a surprise because, like, holy fuck, what were they thinking? Wait a sec here. Here we are. Mighty Cleave. And the final one, Magical Torque.
The hell's that one?
That's a Gen 9 fairy move that is a 16 PP, accuracy 100, power 100.
Alright then. Yeah, I know in... It's a... Okay. Literal boss move. I remember that being a thing with some of the... I think... Was it Radical Red that had a little bit of that going on? But it might have also been like... In just like things in Emerald Road 2 where like some moves that very clearly were not supposed to be like active on everyone were like given around. Like, you know, Pikachu's unique, you know, things like that. Or, like, moves from, Arceus. Yo! Chumpy EX.
Yeah, one sec. Let me actually give you a quick screenshot of how stupid Poké Rogue gets sometimes.
But yeah...
Because it's like, okay, you have one of the best rock moves, one of the best fighting moves, one of the best fairy moves, and one of the best fire moves that also self-heals you. So there is not a single typing in the fucking game that can stand up to, like, the entirety of Zacian's arsenal. It's unreal. That dog will always have an answer. That dog will always hunt Monsignor.
Okay, there's Bug Stop. We already have this stuff, that's fine. Oofra! But yeah, would recommend checking out Emerald Rogue, it's cool.
Alright, I definitely want to, then. Especially since, like, yeah, as you may notice, I am kind of done with Poké Rogue in the sense that I've finished exploring all things that it has to offer me. Okay, I DM'd you with a screenshot from my most recent run.
Okay. Dang it. Final boss has 2 health bars. My health bars with 2 phases. Okay, so we can go to Undernet. Yeah, so this is Undernet 4. This was the Toadman area. So we can check out Undernet 5.
Yeah, well, that is my thing with Poké Rogue, and why I think I will be very excited for Emerald Rogue. Because Poké Rogue is just kind of like, we took the limiters off of numbers, look how wild this shit gets, and that's novel up until a point, and then you're just kind of bored because you're done with it. You've seen the numbers.
Alright, I played a Disgaea. Who doesn't like Siege? Thank you for the bits, Cap Fargo.
Fargo, please. I'm begging you. Maybe touch Poké Rogue and then see how hot that iron is and immediately move on to Emerald Rogue.
What would you do in a Megaman roguelike? That's called 20X, right? Never mind. I answered my own question. Thanks.
Yeah,
Thanks, y'all. Thanks for covering my TED Talk.
Huh? 30XX exists? Go play it.
Yeah. Like, I think I picked up 30XX on one of the more recent Steam sales. I've yet to play 30X.
Yeah, I think I got like a...
Well, like, it looks very cool.
Battle Network Roguelike is...
One step from...
I've heard that One Step from Eden has kind of like weird idiosyncrasies because, again, that is a problem that you run into when it's just like one developer or a group of developers just kind of doing their own thing, having their own idea of what the franchise should be.
This is Django's biggest fan.
Oh, we have the Django booth restore?
No, really wants the Gun to Soul 3.
Fuck.
Man, I got my hopes up for nothing. Do I own Gun to Soul 3?
Yeah, I think One Step from Eden being super overtuned is the biggest problem.
Oh, no, I've got Django and Django SP.
Because it is a game that very much thinks that you should come in with, like, god-tier understanding of how Battle Network works.
Yeah. I'm just thinking about, like, because, like, 20XX, 30X... Is it 2? Is it 20XX?
20XX is the precursor that had, like, the weird flash assets. 30XX is the refined best one. You should play that.
Right, but it's 2 X's, right? It's not like...
Yes, it is 2 X's.
Okay.
Let's see here. I did want to... You did remind me to check and see what I got from the most recent Humble Bundle. That would go on to support a little bit, but, you know, like, support. Doctors Without Borders. Let's see here. You got, for 20 bucks, I got Morrowind.
Right. I think the bundle this month was like some extremely cool games and Morrowind, which is also an extremely cool game from 20 years ago. And I was like, what is Morrowind doing? Wait, hold on. Hey now.
Yo! It already counts in your Pokedex, right? You can just like grab it and give it to that guy.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, buddy. I've reconsidered. You gotta give me. You're the best. I gave away my gun to the Soul 3. Because here's the thing.
It's still in your Pokedex.
3 minutes ago, I didn't have that chip. 3 minutes from now, I will not have that chip. You know, like, all things are balanced. I've gained nothing. I've lost nothing. I think the code is the Django SP chip.
Yes. Okay, so it was Morrowind, Hyperbolica, Dishonored, and then on to the games that I actually give a shit about. Blazing Chrome, Arzette, and Penny's Big Breakaway.
Oh, nice. Arzette and Penny's. I'll go to town. I'll go to bat for Dishonored 1. Like, that's a go-to-batable game. If you've not played it.
That's fair. It's just probably, like, not my kind of thing.
Yeah. Penny's, though, that's one I'm like...
Yeah, Penny's, though, is the one... Like, Penny's and Arzette together was what sold me on this one.
Yeah, that's a fair... Okay, that fight was very loud. Alright, let me go check Higsby's. Higsby's is a good place to check out if there's like some chips we don't have. That would be a... Oop, that's not the exit. Alright, hey Higsby.
I mean, the pile driver giveth and the pile driver taketh away, what can I say?
Okay, I have all of these. I don't have Elemental Rage. That would be a new chip. Phoenix is also a new chip, but it's a Giga chip, so like, that doesn't help us on our... And then, chip service, this only gives us chips we already own. Like, that's the point of this, is to get you duplicates of ones you already have. The reason they're in green... The reason they're in green is because we don't have them in that code. However, this does let us see what we don't have.
I was going to ask if you could just, like, sell anything you don't need so that you can just, like, grab the 12,000 one real quick.
You can't sell things.
How did I not know that?
You want money, you gotta work for it in this. Number ball.
Is it worth buying the OLED over the LCD? Absolutely. Mostly because, like, I can vouch for OLED. OLED is, like, fucking unreally good.
Bubble wrap. I think I have bubble wrap. Okay.
Also, for want of a OLED system and a portable one at that, between this and the Switch, you won't find a better price on the market.
We are looking at library.
The only real thing to note is that the Switch deck is just a sizable investment. Because it is a very powerful handheld. And will do a whole lot of shit, so if you know what you're getting yourself into and what you're going to use it for, then yeah, by all means, it is definitely going to do it for you.
Bonk. Okay, so it looks like the two that we can try to find, Quake is one of them. If we can find Quake 2, if we can just find the sequel to Quake. possibly rocket jump over Nebula. Let's try GameStop. Let's take a look. I don't quite remember virus locations, but gonna check some of these side areas, see if they have some. Boy, howdy, we got a lot of Demets. That's fine. Love Demets. Yeah, we can't sell these chips, but we can always chip trade them. That's kind of like the opposite side of them. Yeah, that's how XP makes the big bucks, indeed. No, that's not what I want to take off.
You know what's fucking weird?
What's weird?
My 8-bit dough absolutely refuses to work properly with my PC at this point, but it has no issues at all working with either my iPad or my Switch Lite.
That's too many colors. Oh, we can't do that. Whatever, that's fine. Chip traders don't pay for themselves. The chip traders are the equivalent of Higsby staying in business by buying 7 DVDs for $1. You know what I mean? Like that's how Higsby makes money to keep the store open. Is the
well,
chip.
I mean, DVDs would still be a viable medium at the time this was released.
And then sell. No, you don't have to sell them at 15. You have to sell. You just sell them at 5. If you buy them at like a quarter and sell them at 5, people will still buy a DVD at that and be like, that's probably like fine.
Yeah, that was the Funko Land problem. Being much like, okay, it was already a fucked business plan to like sell cleaning kits for $20 when the cleaning liquid in the bottle got used like industrial cruft was like literally less than a quarter.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it was also just like the cleaning kits actively damaged consoles and hardware because they were not made to clean those.
Insert 5 DVDs, get Godzilla 98 common drop. Just AC/DC? Okay, I'll go to like AC/DC 3 and take a look because we just never got it. We just never got a Quake 3 or Quake 2.
Got Destructo mentioning that Megaman had a culture of embezzlement. A culture of embezzlement.
There was a. There was a Funko Land, like 45-minute drive from town as like a place to go to get games when I was growing up.
Yeah,
So
I had an EB back when they were a thing.
Now we're gonna buy this Elemental Rage. And that... 139. We need one more chip. That's it. One chip. So we're gonna go ahead and have Megaman turn back on the auto chip grabber. Collect. One chip. And then we're gonna go find a Quake enemy. We're gonna get Quake 2, and that'll be our last chip. And then we'll be there.
Oh, fuck, that reminds me. I need to start my Fiesta run.
Ooh. What would the 4-chip challenge be? I guess you can't build, like... You can't really build a folder that's 4 chips. Like, that's not... That's not a thing.
Well, not with that attitude.
Well, you
I mean, you could just, like, not use Megas or Gigas.
Once traded Paper Mario Sticker Star to GameStop, they were like, we can give you $7 for this. I was like, yeah, I just want this out of my thing out of my home, honestly. I remember I bought Sticker Star, played it for, like, a few days, was so fed up with it that I returned it. I think I bought it from, like, a Walmart, and returned it to buy a copy of Fire Emblem Awakening, I believe was the replacement. So, like, I think that was an upgrade.
It probably was.
I have not turned to be Sticker Star's defender over the last years. That's still a game I think has some
A Sticker Star defender
problems.
is a rare breed.
Meteors.
I love a game where Bowser doesn't say a fucking word.
Yeah, I know the Color Splash Squad exists. Again,
No, Color Splash is right to have defenders.
and like for that one, I don't have words because I haven't played it. I can't speak for myself.
Then again, Color Splash is only, like... Color Splash's biggest problem was that it was coming off the heels of Sticker Star and people were super sore.
It also lives on, like, the one console
the
that,
Wii
like...
U.
Yeah, the one dead console.
It's still trapped on the Wii U. That's the other problem.
There have been a lot of games, like, one of the biggest things about the Switch is that there's a ton of, ported ported titles.
They are tiles if you squint.
Yeah, ported titles, from the Wii U. Alright, come on, win the 50-50. Ah, okay, alright. It's a 50-50 between Mark Cannon and Quake there, but this console is somehow deader than the 3DS somehow. The 3DS had, like, sold, like, huge, obviously the DS is, like, this, like, huge, like, console on a list of huge consoles.
Huge monolithic market set.
But, like, the Wii U's, like, a footnote comparatively to, like, what the Switch lives on. So a lot of games, there are a lot of games that are, like, just sort of living on the Wii U, and that's just the only, like, a lot
Most of them have managed to escape, but not all of them, and that's the problem.
Yep. Get back here. I'm thinking about... Okay, well, again, we lost the 50-50. It's okay, we found the enemy, so, like, all we have to do is win a 50-50. Think about titles that live on the just Color Splash and Xenoblade X at this point. Xenoblade X, that's one I was trying to conjure up. Like, I've played all of Xenoblade X. I'm not the biggest fan of a lot of Xenoblade X's like choices. I think it has a lot of story beat problems. I think it has I think it has a lot of ambition problems, but I also think it has some of the sickest music and like coolest combat that you can have. So
here's my other thing. How many people, I'm sure I have at some point in my life, come to you and said, would you be willing to give Xenoblade 2 a shake because it's basically a Tales game?
Hey, we found Quake 2. Xenoblade 2 is on my short list of games I own and still have not played because, like, I just have not wanted to pick up a gigantic RPG of that length.
That's fair.
I own Xenoblade 2 and 3. They're sitting, one of them's right there, like, within reach, and the other one's in that desk. But yeah, like, Xenoblade X, time to leave. So time to get back to Nebula area.
Xenoblade 2 putting its worst foot forward at all times is a good way of putting it.
So, we need to go to, oh god, we need to go to Oran area? I think it's Oran area, if I remember. Mentally going through my map, like where the Nebula portal was. Yeah, one of the there are many like choices Xenoblade X makes. Is it back to the mountain? Is that the quickest way? Like going into the internet and leaving?
I think so.
Because I don't think it was in the internet. I thought it was in Oran area, but am I? Exit from 3 to 2. Yeah, I might just be misremembering the direction for where the heck the Nebula area open is. I thought it was like back here, but it has been a month and now I don't remember the entrance to the area we're trying to get to. Okay, I'm gonna trust when you're saying it's in in Mountain Zone and then leave. Because I just don't remember. So, back to Mountain, and then...
I always also thought that one of the most metal things about Xenoblade 1 was that it was a mech RPG where you fight the mechs on foot.
That's part of what makes Xenoblade X, like, what it is as well, because it does have you fighting on foot, but then you also, like, do get your own skells, your own mechs.
I mean, Xenogears does that as well, but, like, Xenogears is also just like, man, I do want to just get to level 99 so I can punch giant monsters on foot. I know I'm supposed to bring my mechs to the final dungeon or whatever, but I do just want to walk in there on foot and punch Angel, like, nanomachine god beasts in the face with my fists. Did you know that if you try to fight Deus with a on-foot party, it totally fucks up?
Okay, so it's supposed to be this area, and then this, and then we get to... Because I remember finding, like, a little friend that had a portal somewhere. Yeah, there it is. Okay, yeah. Thank you very much. I for some reason, I thought this was on the, like, Scilab to Oran area for some reason. Where's our buddy Diz? Oh,
you actually
wait.
pilot Mecha and Xeno.
Okay. Xenoblade X is a different game than Xenoblades 1, 2, and 3. Xenoblade 1, 2, and 3 is like guys with sci-fi swords. Xenoblade X is guys with sci-fi swords that also have mechs to pilot. So, and X is its own Neo Los Angeles. All right, so we have Nebula area to get through. So we can close that window to get us back to Virus 1s if we need to get Virus 1, like chips, which that's a very good thing to have access to, just as like a button. That's one of the things in Battle Network 4 that's just like a big problem, is that you can't once you go to New Game Plus, you can't get like Virus 1s or Virus 2s easily. You have to like do some really specific things. So alright. Time to make our way through Nebula Area 2, and then we'll find out the door at the end that wants 140 chips. Oh boy, Dominator, get out of here. Nerd.
So, like, if you try to fight the final boss on foot in Xenogears, then a lot of weird stuff happens, but it's effectively really good for you. Because all of Deus's moves are very mech-centric. They're supposed to fuck over mechs, and it's just like, okay, drain my fuel, see if I give a shit. I'm made of blood.
You can fight, you can fight the final boss in X on foot too. It's not a good idea. You're gonna get, like, you can do it, you'll have a number of bits like that. It's just you'll also.
I think it's just like the God Machine is more than anything else very baffled.
Yeah, Laos or whoever.
Deus or what? Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, the God Machine, not Corellian, not also the weird amalgamation of the Ouroboros gene that is present in all women that causes any given women to become manifest of, like, the persona of the... Xenogears is fucking weird. There is a lady that is constantly following the main bad guy around, and the lady's big superpower is that she is a steward of Deus, the God Machine, and her big thing is that her consciousness is hardwired into the genetic sequence of every woman on the planet. So anytime that she dies, some woman, somewhere, wins the genetic lottery and becomes her next host.
A type of immortality.
A type of immortality. And then you fight the physical manifestation of that gene sequence in space is like the final fight.
I believe we're talking about Xenogears, the PS1
this
title.
Is Xenogears.
But I have no fucking clue, I'll be honest. Because we could also be talking about Xenosaga 1, 2, 3, or any of them.
Oh, I don't know about Xenosaga 1, 2, or 3. I do know about Xenogears.
Okay. I played Xenosaga 1.
The Xenosaga trilogy is the one that has, like, actual Jesus in it as a character.
Where am I? Alright, Toadman.
That just makes me a little bit curious because I was wondering if you've ever played Xenogears for yourself.
Never have. I've watched a number of, like, different, like, parts of playthroughs. Like, I think Burnhead was doing a playthrough more recently that I've watched a good chunk of.
Like, for what it's worth, it's a pretty fun time. It's a mess, but it's a fun mess.
This teleporter? Yeah, like I'm familiar with Gears just from like having seen bits of it and like its reputation. I've played Saga, and Saga is its own like.
Saga's its own can of worms.
Yeah. Oh, we got some different ones here.
Yeah, that's right, folks. Get out the spotlight, get out the exposition chair. It is time to ramble for 5 hours because we ran out of money.
Yep. This net can't find me. I can't find this net.
But anyway, the conceit is that like you are technically supposed to be fighting in your mechs for giant encounters, but after a point, it is very much possible for you to get strong enough to fight giant-sized enemies on foot. It's still kind of a risky business, but you can do it.
Later. I ain't dealing with them. Okay. Yeah. The bit I remember about Xenosaga was it like planning on being a. If I'm remembering this right, it was planning on being a 6-game series.
Yes, that is the perfect works.
Out the gates, and I think it was supposed to be like directly linked to Xenogears, which was specifically part 5 of its own bit. But
the idea was it was going to be like a 6-game series, Xenosaga 1 through 3. A 4th and 6th game in Xenogears was game 5.
Right, but they, never made it to that because it made it to 3, and that was it. Bone. After buying and playing Xenosaga 1, that idea is... I remember basically thinking, that's, like, the most, like... thinking, like, playing Xenosaga 1 and, it's like, this is going to be, like, a 6-game series, kind of like somebody proclaiming, I'm going to be writing a 7-book series or something. Like the proclamation of that seemed like, wow, all right, I kind of want to know where we're going with all this. Like, what's.
And then once you realize that the investors aren't biting, you're just like, oh fuck, I gotta scale this back.
Can I just go backwards? I have no idea. No. Tomahawk Man, save me.
Xenogears is extra funny because, like, yeah, there's just, like, so much wild head-ass shit that's going on off-screen during the exposition chair rambling. Disc 2 is a fucking time. Disc 2 is where they wheel out that chair and just never stop talking.
I realized long ago that I will never be able to keep anything from a Super Robot Wars in my head. Because there's 10,000 of them. They cover 27 series that I'm familiar with and another 74 that I'm not. And I just, that information cannot live in my brain. It's just too much.
Well, I mean, that's good for you, right? It means that you can just, like, come into a game pretty fresh.
Oh, no, it just means I don't touch the series at all.
Oh.
Because there's the baggage of you need to understand 500 other games in the series to understand this one. And
Oh, you were talking to Abyss specifically, not...
Yes.
Oh, okay, understood.
Like, I know a lot of folks in my Discord in particular are huge fans of that, and I'm just like, oh boy, I know a lot of Gundam and these robot series,
I like
but
G
my
Gundam.
God, no, like I've got a lot of these that I follow, and it's like I understand maybe a fifth of all conversations. Okay, we made it.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I completely understand that, because Super Robot Wars is also kind of, like, completely unpenetrated. But, like, I do just, like, saying, like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I see, oh, there's Doman Kashu. I remember him from Thing.
Hey, buddy. Oh, no. Get out of here. Get out of here. Alright. So we made it to this door, and now everybody's talking about Super Robot Wars, so I failed. Let's...
Well, if you want to donate another 100 bits, now's the time.
Alright, let's see what's behind this.
Well, it's time for more dark power.
Is this... I'm gonna just jump in and see if this is a... Yes, okay. This is a liberation mission. Okay, we're not gonna be able to do this today, that's for sure. We don't have the time left in the day for a liberation mission, but this means we have a distinct goal for next time here. Let's take a look at what we have here, and then we can kind of back down, and...
Would you like me to just, like, see what the other gate requirements are, if there are any?
I've already gone and taken a look at that.
Alright, word.
So, that... I specifically with the post game, I wanted to check out what our requirements were. We do have a, I think it's 200 all standard chips. That's generally always one of them in these. But behind this, there's a lot of like different gates with different requirements for different goodies. So, yeah, let's see what do we. Ooh.
Sorry, I was just laughing at somebody just being like, oh yeah, there are like 5 different random plot points and bullshit from Super Robot Wars. And I just start thinking like, when winter rolls around, the gorillas will simply freeze to death.
So who do we have here? We've got Shadow. No Colonel?
Yay!
But we got Toadman, so basically we can't
We got
lose.
Toadman, so it's fine.
Colonel is doing some research. He saw some big angry Navi. Oh, big and angry. Alright. 14 phases. Yeah, no Colonel, no Knight. What the hell? Oh, God. Alright. No gate? Okay, there's a gate. So, gate 1.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, goodness.
Choose wisely, Mega Man. Alright. Gate 1. What? What is this? Who built this?
Okay.
Sure. We go around the side, I suppose. Or we find gate 2. Okay, no, we need gate 2. Okay, we need gate 2 for Cloud. And this is probably... Right, like this has got to be... Okay. So, 14 phase... And we don't have, like, a maze as it is here. This is a pretty straightforward, like... If you take a look at the goings-on, it's up, around, you know... Like, it winds, but it has, like, this as an offside, and basically it's a straight line. Yeah, less of a maze, more of a minefield with this. Okay. Cool. And then we got Cloud back there. I can assume Key 2 probably lives down here, and Key 1 probably lives in the minefield. Or maybe down here, maybe like this one. We have to like Toad pick up these 5. Alright. But yeah, as I said, we can't really do anything with this today. Look at these ones that are also like blocking random bits. So yeah, Shadow... The combo we have here is we have Toad plus Shadow. And Toad plus Shadow gives us some really funky abilities to clear out lines. Like, if I go Toad plus Shadow, I can go here and clear this entire field. Like, you know, like, do some blasting. So... Anyway, let's, That's not the button. Cancel the mission. Retreat! Retreat!
Run away!
Failure. How boring.
Yeah, rub our noses in it, why don't you?
Man, I'm gonna grab this goodie over here, and then... a Bufra. So yeah, this'll be where we'll start next time. We did our kind of big, like, run around and finding Virus 2s. Next time we'll have a much more, like, built pile of, you know, we'll have, like, some new abilities to work with in our tank, as well as a whole new Liberation mission for us to do, and then the stuff that's behind that in Nebula 4. So yeah. That's gonna be it for today. Next time, big Liberation mission of Nebula 4. Or Nebula 3, and then we'll see what's behind that and keep moving. So, alright. Thank you very much for joining, Vpriz, bringing Pefty along.
Yeah, no problem.
Hope y'all had fun with basically meandering between Megaman, Poker Rogue, Xenogears, Super Robot Wars, and all the other odds and ends we hit. So, but yeah. Anyway, that's gonna be all. Thank you all for joining. Have a good night, everybody.